What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to TTP Sports. The Phillies bounce back from yesterday's just craziness of everything with the Mets series. They bounce back in this first game against the Cincinnati Reds, this 4-game series, by winning by a score of 4-1. Honestly, the game felt like it went pretty quickly, even though this game started at 8 o'clock, even though it was originally supposed to start at 7 because of the goddamn rain delay. It was barely raining down here, but I guess they were taking the extra precaution to not go through a rain delay in the middle of the game. Probably helped the Phillies cause there if that was going to happen. But game was originally supposed to start at 7, starts at 8. So we're like, got to go through another rain delay. But then basically from there, the game kind of went pretty quickly in that point. But hey, you get a win. It's a 4-1 victory in this first game of the 4-game set. Overall, you were coming into this game looking for Noah Syndergaard to go deep into the ball game because you knew your bullpen was taxed. You knew you're not going to have a lot of guys available at all. I think going into this ball game, I think it was I forget which Phillies insider said it, but they were basically describing that it was only going to be like around 4 guys possibly available for tonight's game out of the bullpen. So you knew you were going to be very limited, and you really needed Noah Syndergaard to go at least 6-7 innings in this ball game. And he did exactly that. He was very efficient in this game. Basically, an exact replica of what he did against Cincinnati last week. Honestly, I would say he was a lot better. Didn't really have that slow start. The really only mistake that he made was a home run in this ball game, and that was the only run for the Reds. Other than that, it was a lot of easy, quick outs, a lot of low counts, a lot of low pitch innings. Really, he's averaging, I believe, this was from Corey Simon, he's averaging around like 13.6 pitches per inning since coming over to the Phillies. He's been efficient. He's been very efficient. And I know a lot of people are going to judge him basically just after everything with the whole Mets series, him, being substituted for Kyle Gibson. And that's a lot of, things right there. Yeah, I'm very skeptical about that. Did he actually fight Rob Thompson to, that he wanted to play in the Mets series? And I'm not going to get into all that stuff. Noah Syndergaard had one job to do today, and that was go deep into the ball game and put your team in a position to win. And he did exactly both of those things, going 7 strong innings in this game, 3 hits allowed, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 1 strikeout on 89 pitches. Basically, I don't care how many strikeouts you get, as long as you go 7 innings and you only allow 1 earned run. I don't care how many strikeouts you get. He was very efficient in this ball game, and that was desperately needed for the bullpen. And the guys that come out of the bullpen, Sam Coonrod looks solid once again, gets 2 strikeouts on 11 pitches. And then Andrew Bellotti, he comes in, he walks the first batter, but then he manages to retire the next 3 batters right after that, getting 2 strikeouts as well on 18 pitches. So basically, no harm, no done there. And your bats, even though they didn't really have that many chances with runners in scoring position today, the bats were efficient today as well. A lot of 2-out RBIs. You also get those back-to-back home runs by Nick Castellanos and Bryson Stott. Both of those absolute moonshots. And basically from there, that was the game. The Reds, they basically just did a bullpen game for this. They used a lot of pitchers in this one, and that was very questionable going into this game, even though the Reds are basically depleted with all the trades that they made during the deadline. And just overall, the Reds not being a good team. So they used a lot of guys in this game. I know they have Lodolo tomorrow, and it's basically tomorrow's ball game is a recap of what last week's, the Wednesday afternoon game with what was it, Suarez and Lodolo in that afternoon game. The Phillies lost 1-0 in the 9th inning. So basically tomorrow's game is going to be an exact rematch of that outing. And I'm assuming the Phillies are going to want a little revenge off of Lodolo there. But yeah, and also going into this ball game not going into it, but during this ball game, Alec Bohm was very efficient. Basically, your 3, 4, and 5 guys in this, and 6 guys, honestly, in this game did all the damage. Alec Bohm, JT Realmuto, Nick Castellanos, and Bryson Stott. But Alec Bohm does leave the game early. I think it was around the 7th inning. He got a base hit. They ran for him for Sosa. And then Matt Gelb said that, he's been dealing with a quad injury for the past couple of games. He was looking gimpy today. And maybe that's also accounting for because JT Realmuto also did bring him in from first base on an RBI double. So maybe Alec Bohm was just feeling the effects from running around from first to home plate and all that. I think he's been dealing with that quad injury ever since like the beginning of the Mets series. So I guess it's been okay for him to play with. So I guess they just didn't want to take any more risks with that, him being on base, and they just pinch run for him and they put Sosa over at third base for the rest of the game defensively. So hopefully that's something that's not going to come back to bite them with this Alec Bohm injury, because this team just doesn't need any more injuries, because Alec Bohm's bat has been absolutely huge for this team in that 3-hole replacing Bryce Harper's spot. He hits the 2 home runs yesterday. He has that fantastic July, just basically hitting over 400 at that point, and he just continues to hit and having good days at the plate. As if he's hit or miss in the field, but the bat is something that this team cannot afford to lose. Maybe they do give him an off day in one of these games during the series just so he can rest that quad, but hopefully it's nothing too serious, and they're not, this is not something that's going to linger on for the rest of the season. Maybe they do something with what they did for Kyle Schwarber, where he maybe rests the game or something like that, and then he gets back onto the game, in the future. But basically, we're just going to wait and see what happens in that scenario. I'm going to update that with, looking on Twitter just to see if Rob Thompson does say anything in regards to, the whole Alec Bohm situation. And there's also here's an update from Matt Gelb. He says, Chris Sanchez is going to start Wednesday. Rob Thompson said just pushes everyone in the rotation back one day. And he says Alec Bohm is fine, went for the stolen base with Sosa. So that was the reason why Alec Bohm was taken out of the ballgame. He wanted to get the stolen base opportunity there in that situation. So I guess they're just giving everyone in the rotation an extra day of rest, meaning Aaron Nola, Zack Wheeler, and all of that. So that's interesting, putting Chris Sanchez into the rotation this week. So it's going to be Wednesday's game. So that was originally going to be Aaron Nola's start. So Aaron Nola most likely is going to get pushed back to Thursday. And then Zack Wheeler is most likely going to pitch Friday's game at home against Pittsburgh. So, yeah, so I guess he's doing that just to push, just give everyone an extra day of rest or something like that, most likely. Even though it kind of makes sense, maybe just give these guys an extra day or something just to clear their heads. So overall, just hopefully it doesn't turn, even though it's a Christopher Sanchez start, he's gonna have to go out there, give you 5 innings or something like that. So we'll wait for that when it comes. Tomorrow we got Ranger Suarez on the bump. Hopefully he continues his strong performances. And overall, just continue win games in this series. That's basically what you got to do at this point. Offense, I would like to see wake up a little bit more. I would like to see more than 4 runs against the Reds, but overall, your pitching was just solid. And, Noah Syndergaard, he was very solid in this game. Very efficient. That's basically all you ask for out of him, and he did exactly that. So you can't ask for anything more there. And like I said, your only runs in this ball game, they came in the bottom of the second inning, and they Castellanos in an absolute moonshot to center field, goes off the brick wall, and then Bryson Stott follows that up with another moonshot of his own, goes into the second deck. 2-0 Phillies lead there. And then the Phillies start doing their damage with 2 outs, starting in the bottom of the third inning. JT Realmuto with a 2-out single. And then Nick Castellanos, he doubles down the right field line, scores JT, so that's his second RBI of the day. And then you go to the bottom of the 5th inning. And actually, let's go to where the Reds scored, because I'm going to throw some respect to Austin Romine's name. I'm going to throw some respect there. So in the bottom of the 4th inning, Gene Segura was up the plate. Foul ball off the knob of the bat, and it goes off of the testicles of Austin Romine at home plate. Guy goes down for a little bit, has to, basically seeing stars at that point, trying to get his life together there. Basically just losing everything in that one moment. Looked absolutely painful. Bounces back. The Reds end off that inning 1-2-3. Austin Romine comes into the next inning with 2 outs. Hit the nuke. He hit the nuke. Put the Reds on the board, and that was their only run of the ball game. So Austin Romine goes from getting hit in the balls to hitting an absolute nuke. So I respect that. I absolutely respect that out of Austin Romine. Thank God. That was the only run of the day for the Reds. But hey, that's a run out of respect after getting hit in the nutsack, and then you go deep. So put some respect there on Austin Romine's name. But the Phillies instantly respond in the bottom of the 5th. Alec Bohm, 2-out single, then JT Realmuto. For some reason, I have no idea what Nick Senzel out in center field is doing for the Reds. He stopped and let the ball go into the warning track and die out there. Alec Bohm scores from first base. Double for JT. Not sure what Senzel was doing. Did he think the ball was going off the wall? Did he read it? I don't know. I have no idea. It's the Reds. That's basically the entire summary of that entire thing. And then basically the rest of the ball game, Syndergaard being very efficient. Coonrod, 2 strikeouts, very efficient for him as well. And then Bilotti, he led off that 9th inning with a walk, but then he managed to get the next 3 guys out in order. Looking at the lineup today, Kyle Schwarber had a rough one. The umpire at home plate did not help him. How am I going to explain this? So Kyle Schwarber kind of got a lot of BS strike 3 calls during the day, the first 3 at least. The 4th one was in the strike zone, so I'm not going to argue on that. The first 2 were atrocious. First 2 strikeout calls were very atrocious. The 3rd one, you can argue, but it was still off the plate. It was just, I was waiting for Kyle Schwarber to blow a gasket like he did to Angel Hernandez. Like, seriously, the strike 3 calls to him were goddamn awful. They were so bad. So bad. I was just waiting for that Kyle Schwarber blow-up moment from, he almost had a home run in this game, too. He just whacked it a little bit too foul. I was like, please, just stay fair. Just stay fair. I think we are due for a Kyle Schwarber explosion game. He's been due a little bit since coming back from that calf injury. I think he's due for a home run. I think he is due for a home run in the near future. So, hey, gotta wait and see. Gotta wait and see out of Kyle Schwarber. So he goes over 4. Rhys Hoskins, another sluggish day at the plate. He goes over 4, 2 strikeouts. Alec Bohm, he goes 3 for 4. Really good day for him at the plate. JT Realmuto, 2 for 4 with an RBI. Nick Castellanos, a very solid day at the plate. He goes 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. He extends his hitting streak to 12 games. So is Castellanos finally starting to feel comfortable? I'm not, knock on wood right here. Not going to try to force anything out of that. But hey, 2 for 4, good for him. Bryson Stott goes 1 for 4 with a solo shot. Gene Segura 0 for 3, Nick Maton 0 for 2 with a walk, and then Bradley Zimmer 0 for 3. Phillies go 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position, but they were very efficient getting those 2-out doubles to score guys from first base, and also the home runs help. Home runs help a ton. So, if we look at tomorrow's game, and why not look at the rest of the game in the series, because why not? So you're going to have Rangers Suarez going up tomorrow against Nick Lodolo. Like I said, it's basically going to be an exact rematch of last Wednesday afternoon's game in Cincinnati, where the Phillies lost that game 1-0 in the 9th inning. And then looking at the rest of the series, now that it's stated that Christopher Sanchez is going to start on Wednesday going up against Graham Ashcraft. So Sanchez will start Wednesday, and that'll push everyone back in the rotation one day. So that means Aaron Nola is most likely going to be pitching on Thursday's game going up against Justin Dunn. And then you'll have Zack Wheeler for the Friday game against Pittsburgh, Kyle Gibson on Saturday, then Noah Syndergaard on Sunday against the Pittsburgh Pirates. So there'll be 5 out there. And just basically wait for everything to happen there. And also some things outside of baseball. Albert Pujols, home run 693. The dude is on an absolute goddamn tear over the past, 2 weeks? The dude's found the fountain of youth. Basically going to prime Pujols, not even prime in his youth. Youth Pujols, guy coming up in the league. He's been out insane. He's 7 home runs away from catching 700. He still says he's going to retire at the end of the year. Is he going to hit 700? It's barely the end of August, and he's 7 home runs away from 700. If he gets 700, man, oh man. That'll be very fun to watch. That'll be a very fun thing to see if Albert Pujols can do that. So, yeah. And then basically, if you're looking at the standings too, Phillies are back into the second wildcard spot because technically the tiebreaker with the Padres, Phillies break the tiebreaker and they get that second wildcard spot. Milwaukee, they are currently playing the Los Angeles Dodgers right now, and they're winning 1-0 in the 4th inning. Come on, LA. Come on. Beat the Brewers. Come on, Dodgers. Just beat the Brewers. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. I do see Julian saying, why is Sanchez pitching on Wednesday? Rob Thompson said he just wants to push everyone in the rotation back one day. Maybe just give him an extra day off. So I guess I don't have an issue with it. It's going up against the Reds. So why not take advantage of that situation and give everyone else an extra day? So I don't have an issue with it overall. Did, question it first, but overall I don't have an issue with it. It's weird that you don't use Bailey Falter like Christopher Sanchez, but I'm not going to complain in that aspect at all. So going to some guys in a live feed. You can also leave a voicemail or a text message at the number 215-839-9885 if you want your voicemail or text message to get onto the show, voice your opinions and everything like that. And if you do utilize the number for a voicemail or a text message, I recommend you say your name just so I can save that contact for future use when you either, leave another text message in a future show or another voicemail, just so I can say your name next time. So definitely I recommend utilizing the hotline. So if you want to use it, you can also use the live feed for YouTube. So basically it's your preference at that point. So definitely utilize the hotline. So we got some guys on the live feed right here. Offense needs Bryce. Hoskins is in one of his swoons. Hopefully Bohm isn't hurt bad. Well, Thompson just said that Bohm is okay right now. They're basically just taking him out of the ball game for the stolen base attempt. So overall, not worried. Not worried. He's been playing with that quad injury for the past couple of games, so I'm assuming it's okay for him to play with. Yeah, Mr. W, that umpire was bad. That umpire was very bad, especially on the Schwarber strikeouts. Another thing to take away from the game, JT absolutely squared up a ball at every AB that he had. Hopefully he keeps up. Yeah, JT's been very good since Bryce Harper went down. And this is good to see from JT. So hopefully he continues to keep it up. Continues. The poor guy's children might come out funny. Oh no. Don't disrespect Austin Romine like that. Man, he got hit in the balls and then he went out and hit a nuke. You gotta respect that. You got to respect that. Any day of the week, you got to respect it. Mets 3 games up in the loss column. Braves will catch them by September 10th. And we'll just basically wait and see in that aspect. Phillies, from their situation, they control their own destiny. They're facing so many teams below 500. This is a really good chance for them to get a lot of wins in the win column. So they got to take advantage of the schedule. They control their own destiny at this point. The next time they face a team that is above 500 is around like September 15th or 16th, and that's the Atlanta Braves. When they go on a stretch of playing the Braves, Blue Jays, the Braves again, I think there's a Nationals game mixed in there. Then the last series of the season against Houston. So this is a really good stretch for this team to pick up a lot of wins, and they need to do it. They need to do it. Offense, I'm confident they're going to figure this way, through this little stretch. They got the 9 runs yesterday. I do feel like the offense is eventually going to break through more on a consistent basis, especially when you're getting Bryce Harper back. And also news on Bryce Harper, he's going to start his rehab stint tomorrow. Going to go down to Lehigh Valley. And it's funny, too, because the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs, they've been posting all afternoon about getting their phone lines just going crazy just because of Bryce Harper. People wanting to go see Harper down in Lehigh Valley. So he's going to start every game from tomorrow to Saturday. He's going to have an off day on Sunday. And then they're saying he could be in line to come back to the lineup next Monday in Arizona. So that could be huge for this team. That could be very huge if Bryce Harper could return by next Monday on that West Coast road trip. It's coming up on us all very quickly. Bryce Harper has a good stint seeing live pitching down in AAA. And I kind of feel bad for the pitchers down there. If there's like a pitcher down there making his major league debut, or if it's just a guy trying to earn his paycheck, I'm like, I got to see Bryce Harper. Like, we got to pitch against Bryce Harper. Like, seriously? We're already pitching against guys trying to fight for major league spots. And then now we got to face like Bryce Harper on his rehab stint. I pray for all the pitchers down there in AAA that Bryce Harper is most likely going to destroy. Rhys needs a day off alone. Maybe you do see Rhys get a day off one of these days and put Derek Hall into the lineup, because I'm not sure when Kyle Schwarber is eventually going to go back into the field. They did say best case scenario, he could return into left field tomorrow, but maybe you do see like a day when there's a righty on the mound. Derek Hall gets put at first base. Maybe Rhys gets a day off. Most likely it's not going to be tomorrow because Lodolo's on the mound. He's a lefty. And then, Derek Hall does not play against left-handed pitching. So most likely maybe during one of these extra days here against the Reds. I'm not entirely sure. So basically it's just an entire wait and see process at this point. But yeah. Looking at, there's really nothing else going on in Major League Baseball today because Padres are off. The Brewers are playing in LA, and I would like to see the goddamn Dodgers beat them. I know they just played each other in Milwaukee, So, and the Brewers, I believe, won that series, or the Dodgers won that series. I'm not entirely sure, but I would like to see the Dodgers play a little bit better against the Milwaukee Brewers. That would just be, a little bit better. Oh, here we go. This is from Corey Simon. So, speaking of Derek Hall is heading back to AAA. Hasn't played much of late and was going to play less when Bryce Harper returns to DH. Christopher Sanchez will start for the Phillies on Wednesday. Move designed to give the starters an extra day. Okay. So Derek Hall, no longer with the Major League Ball Club. No longer. I salute you, Derek Hall. You had a good stint with us. Is he going to come back up here? I have no idea. I think they're saying Schwarber's calf is getting better every day. It's basically just waiting until he gets into the field. I would assume he's going to be ready to play the field when Bryce comes back. I would just assume it at that point. They're saying it's getting better every day, and they're saying best case scenario, he could be back in left field tomorrow. So basically, it's a wait and see process at this point. Put JT at first base. Hall is faltering. And maybe that could be an option if Rhys needs a day off or something like that. You could put JT over at first base. You can also put Bohm over at first base and bring in a Sosa one day or something like that. So basically, you do have your options. You definitely do. Maybe they put JT at I'm not sure what they would do at that point, but it's basically, like I said, it's a wait and see process of what the lineups are going to be like every day. But now that you got Derek Hall now sent to AAA, it probably makes sense because of the entire situation with, Harper eventually coming back. So, yeah. Address the center field play. Basically, Zimmer is your center fielder until Brandon Marsh comes back. That's basically the entire thing there. So, that's basically what you're doing right there. Still most likely going to be a platoon with Marsh and Vierling. I would assume Marsh plays majority of the games over Vierling. So, basically, you're just going to have to wait and see at that point. Both guys look brutal. Marsh has been solidly offensively. He's gotten some big hits. He's still a work in progress. I would still rather have Marsh out there every day over Vierling or Odubel Herrera. I would have him out there every day, just in my honest opinion. That's just me, for instance there. I don't think there's anything else here. So Todd Zalecki, Phillies option in Derek Hall, corresponding roster move will come tomorrow. Has not played much lately, and they told him they want him to stay sharp. He said he would agree. He will be back at some point. No, Odubel is just no. You can't bring Odubel back. No, Odubel just sucks. Makes boneheaded plays in the outfield, and the dude can't hit. Odubel, like, at least for Marsh's sake, he can play defense out there in the outfield and doesn't do boneheaded decisions. Odubel just makes stupid plays out there. The dude doesn't think the game well. No, you can't bring Odubel back. You cannot bring Odubel back. At least Marsh is young enough to where you can fix his swing. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but at least he's still young enough to where you can fix it. He's already a good glove out there in the outfield. So I'd rather have that over Odubel. Rather have that. Done with the Odubel Herrera experience. I think we're all done with it. I know there's a lot of people out there that say, I prefer Odubel Herrera. No. I'm not coming after you. I'm just like, I'm so done with Odubel Herrera. I'm done with that experience. He should have never been on the team to begin with. But then you also got to blame, the Matt Klentak era of failing to either develop a goddamn center fielder in this team. So, basically there. What else? Yeah, Sanchez is starting on Wednesday. Starts an extra day of rest. Yeah, it also makes sense with Hall going to AAA just because of Schwarber de-aging a bunch with the calf injury. So the move overall, it makes sense. It makes sense entirely. So overall, I don't have an issue with it. And then Bryce Harper's eventually going to come back, and that's going to take away a lot of playing time from Derek Hall. So yeah, basically where we stand at this point. And if we, got a game tomorrow, Ranger Suarez on the bump. Hoping he continues his strong performances. Got to wait and see, basically, at this point. Got to take another game tomorrow. You just got to keep winning games. You got to keep winning series against these below 500 teams. That's all you got to do at this point. So, I think this is where we're going to end it off, boys. So, Thank you for joining the stream as always. Do not forget to drop a comment in the comment section down below. I like to read those as always. Do not forget to drop a like on the video. Do not forget to check out everything in the description down below. Painted Lines, BrodesMedia. Definitely recommend those. I also recommend hitting the subscribe button and also using the code TTPSPORTS, $20 off your first purchase at SEATGEEK. Definitely use it. Great deal. Thank you everyone for joining the stream, and I will see you next time.